This video is just going to show off my Babylon 5 forces. Um, these are the Fleet Action figures that were made years ago by Call to Arms, I believe. They're no longer being made. I hear he has some stock left over. You can email them, but these are all, if you can show my finger, these are all the small scale stuff. Now, one light doesn't work, so it's a little too bright on this side and a little less bright on that side. I wonder if I can change that here. Turn it off, maybe it'd be better. Yeah, that might be better. I just want to show off what I have painted. Now, this is not what I have. This is just what I have painted or in a state that can be based. And I have a little bit of everything. Now, I probably have 4 times this in my pile of shame, but this is what I used for my quick games I planned to play. I've only ever played this game once against an actual opponent. I had my Minbari up against the Earth Alliance figures. I won, thankfully. But they've been collecting dust for probably 15 years. Well, maybe 12 years. And I just took them out. And I just spent the last 25 minutes dusting them off. And I thought, well, I have them dusted off. I'll put them on this hex board or hex mat that I have that I got from Hot Mats that took a year to get. Apparently he's no longer in business, but anyway. Put them down on the mat, dusted them off, and just going to show them off real quick. So at the front here we have the EA, the Earth Alliance, and it comes with, and I see my phone will behave itself. You know, it comes with the Omega Destroyer. Now everything's going to get rebased into a more you see here the GW clear base round style, but you know, here you have it. How close do I have to get in for this guy to focus? Man, some days. Oh, that's right, because I'm in zoomed mode. Let me see this. This might be better. There we go. You gonna do it? You gonna do it? You gonna do it? Man, oh man. You know, there's detail as you can expect from such small figures. They're actually very hard to get on these bases because they're so heavy. It's just a terrible experience to get them all level. But there's the Omega Destroyer. Now, it's been a long time. Babylon 5 is one of my most cherished TV experiences of my entire life. And I think Babylon 5, the show, has the best storyline in sci-fi. You know, The Expanse is pretty good, but Babylon 5 will always have a special place in my heart. It was a staple in my house whenever I could get the reception. And I rewatch it all the time. In fact, I have all the sets. But anyway, here is the Nova. I know these are painted back when I was a teenager, so forgive me. It is what it is. There's the Nova with all its cannons. You think it would do a very good job in the game, but you fire all those cannons and you're shutting down. the ship just comes to a stop. Here's the Star Furies, one of the coolest sci-fi fighters ever designed. And there's a whole whack load of them. There's what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 bases of them. Here's the Warlock Destroyer. It's a newer, that's why it's not in the browns. I did it in gray because just to show that it's a next generation ship. What's this, a Hyperion? I tried my best to get it to look correct, but one of the coolest ships designs ever, and I love them, and I have so many more of them, but this one was so hard to get on the base that I I just didn't do the rest of them. Well, I did 2 more, but you'll see them in a second. And I can't remember what these are called, but I think they're like police cruisers or police cutters or something. Really, you know, it's a cool design for a ship. I like it anyway. There's 3 of them. Next, we'll do the League of Non-Aligned Worlds. Here's the Vree, one of the Vree cruisers. Flying saucers, you know, cool. One of the cool parts of the show is these were the alien-looking aliens from the news in the 1950s and 60s. So it's cool that the show made these an actual faction. Another Vree cruiser, I believe. And I think this is a battleship, maybe? I don't know. Again, The paint jobs are like from the 80s. Not really, but then we have the Bakari, whatever, the Bakari. Painting all those yellow dots was a pain in the butt, and getting it glued into its base was a pain in the butt too. And actually, even getting these, the ship does not come with these like little metal bits here, these little connectors. These are staples that I had to put together. So that was extremely annoying. But it was so annoying that I only managed to put together two of them, one and the second one there. And then they have these little Corvettes or whatever these things are. Look like frisbees. Zoom in, looks like frisbees. And then these are more advanced cruisers. I can't remember what they're called. I apologize. I didn't do such a good job painting them, but these are more advanced. But still. And then you have the fighters or bombers. I don't know what the hell these things are, but they're like Bakiri aircraft. What else do we have for those guys? Well, not really anything else for them. I'll just do these ones here quickly. I actually also did the ultimate bad guys. Well, not the ultimate. They're the shadows, but the bad humans, the Omega, or what the heck were they called? Chekhov was one of the main characters, but the Psi Corps? Yeah, the Psi Corps. These are the Psi Corps ships for their special ops. There's a Mega Destroyer. I did a Warlock because I just thought it would look cool. I was going to make it a shadow one with all the little like shadow pieces sticking out, but I never got that far. And then here's the other two Hyperions that I decided that once I was done these three, so the one Earth Alliance one and the two that I have for the Psi Corps, that was enough. That took like a day of my life to get together, and then I just pinned up some Star Furies for the Psi Corps. So you can have Psi Corps battles where they're maybe they're ambushing a convoy, maybe they're up to no good, Earth Civil War stuff. Here we have some of these what are they, White Stars, and getting them to be like a purpley, shiny, metallic silver was a pain in the butt, but they look like recasts, but whatever, they are what they are. I can probably 3D print some nice ones. I probably will eventually. The Minbari, they have lots of different cruisers. I can't name them all because I don't remember the names off the top of my head, but whatever that one is. This one, I think you see this one in the TV show when Babylon 4 shows back up, and they kind of go back in time to what the heck was it? Anyway, I don't know the name of the episode, but basically they go back in time. You see that one outside Babylon 4 in the first Shadow War. And then here's a Charlin. Again, it's very glossy because I used old GW inks, which were very glossy at the time. And then there's some like a carrier. Love the ship design, the fish designs on these. Looks like a fish, but they all do. And then there's a whole bunch of the fighters. These extremely good fighters. Bad paint jobs, but I mean they're cool designs. And there's some other ones. There's some really small ones like this, and then some like planetary patrol craft. They got lots of guns in the front and they look cool. So those ones. We'll move on to who next? We'll do the Vorlons next. So here we have. I do have the shadows, just not on bases to show, but I do have a whole bunch. These ones were cool to paint, but hard to get the designs on there. These are the fighters. A base of these fighters can take on a capital ship for the Earth Alliance. Here's a cruiser, a Vorlon cruiser. Man, I remember those tense moments in the TV show when the Vorlons and the Shadows were going at it. Now, I can't remember which one of these is the battleship, but one of them is. Or are they both the same? Yeah, I think this is a heavy cruiser. And this is the battleship. Yeah, I think so. And this is the battleship. Yep, come on, focus. Really cool designs. Man, the art department. They're similar sizes, though. Maybe a little chunkier, the battleship. But man, they had a really cool tense moments in the show when the Vorlons turn evil. start fighting all the planets with the Planet Killer, which I do have also, but I don't have them painted. And here's the little they're like light cruisers in the game, but they're in the show. It's basically Kosh's, the main Vorlon in the opening seasons, his like transport shuttle. And what's next? We'll do the Centauri next. Here's the Centauri fighters. Cool purple and gold and silver colors. One of the main Centauri things you see in the show. It's awesome, a pain in the butt to get to stick on these bases, but an awesome ship. Just a cool design, cool Centauri looking weapon. It's so cool. I love it. I can't remember exactly what it's called. And then you have the was it Centurion or Primus? Here's the battleship anyway. And there's a bigger I don't know what's called, a dreadnought or a battle cruiser or a cruiser or battleship. It's a battleship. And these are battle cruisers, and there's a bigger one than this that's a battleship. But another really cool design. I mean, the art department, whoever designed these ships for that show, I haven't seen any other sci-fi show come close. And now we'll move on to our favorite, or my favorite, sorry. And that's the Narn. Here's their Frazi fighters. One of the bad things about the bases that they come with is once you put them in there, and they're on little metal pegs that stick down in these holes in the corners and the points. Once they're in there, that's it. You're never getting them out again. And then there's the heavy fighter. I can't remember what it's called. I don't think I ever seen it in the show, but it's got its part in the game. There's a little patrol craft. Really cool wing design on that. There's I think this is a cutter, a police cutter, patrol ship. I don't know. Really cool looking sword, like just a second. It looks like a Klingon symbol or a Klingon sword. Listen to me talk about Klingon in Babylon 5. What a nerd. There's another type of ship. I can't remember what that's called. I think this is a Nervac. It's a destroyer anyway. In the show, it's a destroyer. Or in the game, it's a destroyer. A Narvik. Looks like a big engine with two odd-shaped wings stuck to it, and it's just got one job. Go forward, shoot things. Maybe you come back, maybe you don't. And then this is my favorite models out of the whole set, and I spent a little bit more time with these guys, and that's the Jaquan heavy cruisers. And this ship is the coolest ship. Every time I see it online or on a YouTube video or even on the table or even the model itself, I kind of swoon because it's my most favoritist, in good English, sci-fi design ship of all time. Now, my number one. And I have lots of them. Currently I have 5 here on the table, but I do have about 20 more. And I do have about 40 Centauri ships, and one day I will do a Narn Centauri battle. But that's about it. I think I've shown off everything from the... let me put him in the picture here, so at least I can see him for the whole time. I'll put the Centauri beside him. But that's the painted collection. There's several boxes of unpainted. But if you've never seen this game, it's Babylon 5: A Call to Arms. I don't have the book in front of me. I can get that another time. It's an awesome game. They're awesome figures. I've seen on Thingiverse that you can download the STLs for a lot of these ships and rescale them how you want them, which I think I'm going to start doing, because I think resin will be easier to stick onto these bases than the heavy metal ones would. But either go find the guy who made these. He's online still. You can still email him. He still has leftover stock. And give this game a shot. This game, if you've ever enjoyed Babylon 5, even just to buy some Narn Jaquan cruisers and paint them up. I mean, they look really cool. And every time like a family member comes over and sees my display case, they're in my display case with my Primarchs from Horus Heresy and my Titans from Adeptus Titanicus. Then I have these tiny little ships, and everyone asks, what are those little things there? What are those little weird camel looking things? And then I turn into a complete nerd. I tell them what it is, and they eat dinner, and they leave soon afterwards. They don't say anything. I guess they're in shock. But anyway, that's it. 15 minutes. I'm done. Thank you for watching. And watch Babylon 5 if you haven't. It's the best. Bye.